Hello, everyone. Ran into a problem, and first of all, I want to tell Uncle Tony that I bought a dart. Yeah, not the kind of dart you buy. I bought the good kind. We're going to look at this in a minute, but I got some stuff today. I got some of these Ferris core things that sort of struck my mind the other day. I put the new radio in Daphne, the Jensen that you saw in the previous video, and I really don't drive Daphne that much. I drive her 2 or 3 times a week probably, and the radio doesn't work when the engine is running. Well, that's kind of like the whole point. You kind of want the radio to work when you're going down the road, but it doesn't, and I don't know why the Blaupunkt worked and the Jensen doesn't. I do know why. I know why it doesn't work now, and that's because I did a tune-up. Now, this is a 1957 pickup truck, and it is exempt from certain laws. The one thing that I talked about in that video was, let me get this thing open, was the spark plug wires I use, and I use only when applicable solid spark plug wire. I don't use radio suppression wire, and the reason they call it that because it doesn't interfere much with reception or radio broadcast or whatever. That's a very old law. I think it goes back to Bill Lear inventing the first what one would call usable car radio. Bill Lear, Learjet, and all that other stuff. But he kind of made the first radios that were feasible for use in a car. So the solid wire that I'm using, and Daphne's never run better. I mean, she runs great, and but you can't hear the radio. So this is why I got these. These are the things that you have all in your house. You've seen them before. You just didn't some of you probably know what they are, but at the end of your plug-ins, your what you plug into your receptacle in your wall, you'll see a lump, and that lump is this or something like this, and you run wires through it, and it helps dampen the effects of exterior forces of electronic waves, But this thing, let's just dump this out and I'll show you what's in here. You got different sizes of this. Is a very lightweight magnet, and that's one of the reasons. And you can sort of feel it, but it doesn't. It's not a super strong magnet, and there's different sizes of them. So we're going to apply these to the cables around the Jensen radio that is all staticky now, and I'll show you that in a few minutes, and see if we can get the radio to work when the engine's running. So I ran into this years ago when I was doing I built a radio-controlled plane, and I put floats on it, and I ran it. It was a seaplane basically, and it had chatter. It had chatter on the control surface because the servos were being interfered with by what cosmic rays or whatever it was, and Tower Hobbies turned me on to these things. They're very small in that application. They're not even to be a ring big enough for my pinky. They're very small, and you loop the wire around them, and it calms down that chatter and interference. So we're going to try this on Daphne. I think I got enough. They're really cheap, and so I'm hoping that this is going to work. Don't know yet. So the other thing, Uncle Tony, I bought a dart. I swore I'd never buy a Dodge Chrysler Plymouth product, and I didn't. I bought these. So I have I keep looking at my, oh, look at that. It comes in a real pretty thing. And let's take a look at these things. I used to throw darts a lot when I was kind of I won't say the place's name because they don't advertise, but used to be a place in Davidson I go to, and everybody sort of had a, see those things? Those little tips right there? Those are kind of cool. sort of when I was a bit more gregarious and social. I'm not very gregarious or social. I'm sort of the Steve Martin type, where I'm gregarious and social when applicable, but I'm very quiet and I would say, look, boy, you got a ton of them. Want to see my shaft? Okay, well there it is. See, those are good looking. Who made these things? Where do these things come from? Well, there they were, right there. Found them on Amazon. No kidding. And they come with the flights, but they don't come with the little guards that go on the tips. That's the cool thing. These little guards, it keeps your dart from going into the flight, your second dart or third dart, from going and messing up your flights. And that's what these are called. And I don't like the spider one. I like that one. I used to like drawing those. So look at this. Oh, look at that. Y'all know what this is? That's a dart sharpener. So you can actually, you take your dart and you stir it around in there, and it sharpens your dart. Kind of beats hell on it a little bit, but it does work. Look at that. I didn't know it came with a stone. So anyway, that's that. Let's go down there, and I've had this old horsehair dartboard for a long time, so I figured that'd be somewhat entertaining in the shop. Maybe when the guys are over, or maybe if they bring me a beer or something, we might partake of throwing some darts and do the old countdown from 100 thing. And dartboard's an interesting thing. So anyway, there's my shafts, and they're my flights, and they're my flight guards, I think they're called. I don't think I can get into this thing. Look, it's so old. It says $3.95 on it. Oh, this old bag. It reminds me of my grandmother with an old bag. Okay, so there these things are. If you've never seen these, and if you throw darts at all, it does two things. Well, one thing it does is it makes it hard to come off. It does several. I thought they came off. Maybe I glued them on there. Anyway, I'll use these flights. I like these. It does several things. It keeps the flight sort of uniform, sort of open correctly, like an X-wing fighter, and it keeps your dart from going into right here. Maybe they don't do that anymore. Let's pull this one out. So your dart can actually go into the flight right there at the end of my thumbnail. So don't want any of that going on. It kind of is messy. Looks like you don't care. So let's go down and put on these ferrous magnetic ring things, and hopefully have the radio work. I'll demonstrate what's going wrong. Then I got to cut grass. Okay, let's turn things on, and just turn it on. Don't crank it, right? Okay. Hear my fuel pump ticking. Okay. Isn't that wonderful? Now it ain't so wonderful. Well, lost it entirely, didn't I? What happened? It always have to be something. Well, let's turn it off and then back on. Goodbye. There it is. Okay, have to refire, and then all you get is that static. So here's my bag of goodies. Let's see how it works. Okay, I put them everywhere. I just stuck all 20 of them on every wire, multiple places, multiple times. They're here, they're there, they're on every speaker wire multiple times, or even on the ones back there. I put all 20 of them on. So let's see if we can get something that we can hear here. Oh, come on. We'll go to classical. Okay, let's find out. Well, nope. Didn't work at all. Dadgummit. Alright, well, let me go up there and look at something else then. I'll try to figure something else out. See there's the old Horsehair Dartboard. Horsehair. Y'all know what that's from. It's from a show called Furniture on the Mend. Okay, let's see how this goes here. You ready? Alright. There you go. 19, no, yeah, it's a 19. Yay! Okay, I haven't done that in a long time, so I don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna have to try to think of a way to shield the spark plug wires or wrap the radio with aluminum foil. I tried to say it not to bother anybody that time, because I bother people when I say it the way I grew up saying it. Alright, well, keep trying. All I know to do. Bing-a-bang-a-boom. I gotta try to get this bandsaw to work again. I was thinking the other day about wrapping the wheels. The nylon around the wheels just chocked off. I was thinking if I wrap it with some magical silicone tape, maybe I can get it to work again. If not, I'll do something else with it. Boy, I gotta spray some weeds. Come on, Sean, come get this stuff, dadgum you. Well, I got the grass cut, and I sprayed weeds, and my whole back area there's turned into weeds, but hopefully I can reclaim it with a little bit of Roundup. So we're gonna go down a list of things we're gonna do on this radio here and see all this stuff's been sprayed. So hopefully, yeah, the thing about it, I don't know if y'all have this happen where you are, but therein lies ticks. So you have to keep the plants down to keep the ticks off of you. So let's go in the red door. So what we're going to do is, well, it's an active one of them. Don't see that's so active. It's gone there. I'm not happy with the secondary, I think it's the red wire going to the ignition switch like it says do. So I'm going to put a dedicated switch in it to see if that knocks some of the noise out. I've got a new antenna coming. I don't know, this one's pretty good. I like this one, but I'm going to try another one. I'm going to do something. What was I gonna? Oh, power. Well, I can't remember. Oh, yeah. I got a power box coming too that is gonna hopefully calm down the power going to the radio. It's just a calming box. So I'm gonna dissect some of this yellow sparking wire to see if it has any kind of shielding. It may not. I think back to a comment that an engineer made a long time ago about a church PA system that was picking up the broadcast from an AM radio station. Sadly, it was another church service coming across his church service. It kind of made him mad. I can understand that. And we had a suggestion for the preacher. Quit hassling us, or we'll have to call the police. Secondary was you just need to wrap your church with aluminum foil. So anyway, I'm going to look into that in a second by dissecting that yellow wire. Now I may end up wrapping this wire with some of this. I've got, let's see, I saw it the other day. I don't know if I've got it. It looks like I got enough. I've got this old copper tape. Looks like I got enough of it. So let's see if that works. Let's take this apart and dissect one of these yellow wires a little tiny bit, because that could be some of the problem too. But we're going to do one thing at a time and just see what helps. Maybe I will not defeat this problem, which won't be the worst thing that ever happened, but I would like to defeat it because I did go to trouble putting a new radio in it, you know, dadgummit. So this is the wire that I'm using, and it is not shielded. It has the solid wire core, and then it has the silicone and then the wrapping. There's no metal in there. There seems to be some fiberglass stuff. So, ooh, I would imagine there's a funny looking bugs, aren't they? I hadn't seen those until recently in the world, but they are funny looking things. I kind of like them. So I think that I'm going to be wrapping that with that and see if that helps. But that's a pretty good polluter of RFI right there, radio frequency interruption or something. Messes up your radio. That's what it does. Here we are again. This is the ignition switch, and I got to get back there. It only takes a minute. Got the battery turned off and disconnected and everything. So let's get this off and see about wiring this thing. It looks kind of silly, don't it, with all them things on there, but I'm just trying to learn here. Now, I know this is going to come up, but I know this is supposed to be looped, but I don't have enough wire to loop it, and I just went for the gold. And so let's move this wire to a switch somewhere. I don't know quite where I'm going to put another switch, but I'll find a place. Do not like drilling holes in cars, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Do something, I guess. All right, now let's pull this down, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And, see the wire from the radio going to this. I guess I need to bring some lumens over here. Okay, oh, there's some right there. I think I just found a spot and plugged it in. Let's see if I can. I think it's that one right there, but I'm not sure. We'll trace it out with a meter. We'll get the old fluke over here, and I think I'm just going to take this out and, just sort of wring everything out, redo it. Now, I found this hole right there. It said clock on it. At one time, there was a clock in here. It had an electronic setter on it. It was pretty cool, but it didn't last a real long time, last couple of years. So there's a hole there already, so that's good. And it looks like it's clear enough back there. Hello. Okay, I got her disconnected from the ignition switch, so let's double checking. Beep, 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 beep. So there's my yellow wire, and it's going to this. I'm not shorted out on anything else. So what I'm going to do here is just give this raw power. So let's go get a switch. Speaking of switching, let's make sure that's switched off. Okay, and let's go into the box of goodness over here. I don't think I need to have anything like, too super fancy. And I've got these. Those are the good ones. I don't even think I'm going to mess with. Ooh, that's nice right there, but that's a little too nice. I didn't know that was in there. Well, I don't know. That's kind of cute, isn't it? I don't know. Let's see what else I got. Ooh, that's big ugly, ain't it? Let's see what else is in here. Ooh, there's that. That's off the Nash. I wonder if that still works. That's little too. That might go in the hole. I don't know. Let's see if that works. And if that works, we'll just use this. It's easy to hook it up. It's got screw terminals. They're still there too. So, yeah, I got my streamline going here. You can get real used to those streamline things. They're pretty nice deals. So let's turn this back on, and we'll check her out here. Well, don't seem to want to work, does it? That might be why I took it out. Well, it might just be dirty. I'm digging that. Contacts are dirty, so this might be a good opportunity to. I can't see in there well enough to do much about that. So what I'm going to do is, look at that, simply just unscrews. Boy, those were the days, huh? You don't have to have an ice pick or nothing. And the way you can check this is, look at that. It's going to fit in there just nice. Look at that. Say. And I got to mark that out. Put radio. Radio. So let's hook this up. So I'm going to have to go back out to the main frame there. I guess I could find always hot power around here somewhere, maybe even like right here. I'm sure that that's probably true. What is that? Is that my volt? No, here's my volts things. So one of these is going to be hot at all times. So I might just tap into that and save myself going through the firewall there. Let's see if I can do this thing. Okay, I do this every time I mess with these things because yellow is always hot, and red, if you wire it for the directions on most radios, is your switched circuit. So I got it all straightened out now. I took the fuse out of it. I took this out of it, and I just hardwired it because I'm going to a fuse up in the front of the truck. And I've got my switch about ready to put in, and she looks like she took a little bit of a beating there, but I think she's going to be okay. I don't know what in the world happened to her, but I think she's going to be all right. And that's the way those work, but I'm going to wrap that with tape because that's got an always hot going to it, which is, I think this green wire. Green's always hot on this one. And the red wire, of course, like I just said, is the switched one. So this is going to be my new radio switch, and hopefully not stress the hell out of the old radio just by cranking it, because this car doesn't, car engine, don't matter. It doesn't always crank every time, and it just seems like it's putting a lot of stress on the system too. So maybe that's what blew up the blow pump. But I got some taping and doing to do. I'll put this switch in and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's see what happens. I got that in place, and that screws on to there. I've metered everything else, so we ought to be fine. So, ready for a click? Click. Welcome. Ah, there we go. Okay, well, we'll start her in a minute and see if that did any good at all, which it should not have. I'd be very surprised if it helped even a little bit. But you got to remember to put your speedometer cable in and all that. See what happens. All right, well, let's just test it one more time. Make sure it's working okay. Okay, it's working fine. Now, the whole point of this is going to be to not stress this thing when I'm cranking the old girl here. So let's give her the. Oh, I got to take that all out of here too. See, she ain't never run better. Pop in that alternator. There it is. Oh, that came on. I wonder why. Uh-oh. What was it doing that for? Yeah, well, that's your answer anyway. Oh, well. Still not working. Alright. Yeah, it must have some feedback. I got a feeling the switch is not the best, but it's... Goodbye. It's good enough. I'll probably just turn this on before I crank if I want to hear the radio, but it came on. I don't know why. It's just one of those bleed back kind of things. So that's step one. I lost the fuse thing. That every wire you have is an antenna, so it's just picking up all this static. So let me make sure that's off and that's okay. Dadgummit. All the parts are gathered together, so we're going to see what we're going to do here. I got this power filter. I know, I just want to try it. Well, that's some big insulated stuff, isn't it? Focus, there you go. Look how big that is. That looks like spark plug wire. Sparking wire, and so we're going to hook this up and see if we can get rid of we'll do this first, or somewhere, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll do something else. We'll test it, and then we'll do something else. These are your ferrite cores for the spark plug wires once I wrap them I experimented with that a little bit yesterday, so I'm looking forward to putting this in, and then I'm going to wrap the sparking wires, and then we're going to test it, and then we'll put this on there. I saw no reason, nothing lost. 7mm ones, by the way. Don't know what the part number is. Don't matter. And I had to get a new washer. No, dishwasher. No, it's just a joke. And I got this Aqueduct marine quality antenna, and it's adjustable. So maybe, you know, I have a feeling there's a fair amount of patchwork on that antenna that's in Daphne. This looks a little bit more fun, and we'll see if this cuts down on any of the interference from my fresh tune-up. And we'll just see how that, I think that'll reach across Daphne's fascia panel. So we'll put that in. Won't that be exciting? Okay, I got the clean power filter put in there, and we're gonna crank her up and see if what happens. You know damn well what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then we're gonna plug in the antenna temporary, like over here. We're gonna do one thing at a time. All right, so it'll take me a minute to get her started because it's so cold today. So I'll know instantly. Now wait a cotton-picking minute here. She's running, and I got it. That thing works. Unbelievable. I'm so happy. So I'm getting some kind of static. I'm going to wire this thing in solid. Oh, I can't believe it.
Established a piano donation program.
I cannot believe it. That's it. So I don't have to wrap the spark plug wires with copper tape. So it was coming in on the power wire. Well, let's put the other antenna in anyway, since I got it. And dang, that's important. That's big. Well, big ain't the word for it. All right. So I got this fancy antenna here, and I'm just gonna lay it on top of the truck and see what happens. Uh-oh, what would you do that for? I know, I'm gonna get a copyright claim, but in something like this, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I guess I could do talk radio, but I think that's copyrighted too. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, I don't see any reason in changing the antennas myself. Let's unplug the new one, and then there you go. Well, it's every bit as good. So I was going to go one at a time. So that's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's a done deal. Let me get all this off the back here. Beep beep. Okay. Well, gang, I hope I get a big thumbs up for that, and a big subscription, and ring the bell and like and share this thing. If you know anybody that's got an old car, and I will look up, let's see what this thing, it's CEFCCRHOS. I'll look it up. I got it on the old Jungle website, and that right there cleaned it up. Kudos to you guys. All right, next time. Whoa. Bonus footage. I'm going to try the salt crystal. I got hot water down here. Solution to kill weeds. I'm going to give that a shot because I'm tired of buying that stuff. It's too fucking expensive. So just as bonus footage, just to get your get some hot water and get your stirry dealy here. How come you know work? Why you know work? I probably just killed the battery because this takes some load. There it goes. Go around this way. Then you don't have to worry about it dissolving overnight. Now, let me put a little Dawn in it. Okay. Okay. Just what's going to... I can still hear the salt down in there. So just bust all that up. Busted up the game. Okay, thumbs up, subscribe. Next time.